Hi guys, well, I was right, as my video this morning suggested. COVID rules are all expected, or all restrictions are expected to end this Thursday, including the likes of the unvaccinated not having to self-isolate when they test positive. So, I mean, this is really good news for most people who want their freedoms back. I know there's a lot of you out there that, for some weird reason, would rather we stayed in more restrictions. Was that what you want? I'm confused. I don't understand what you people want anymore. I mean, it's quite clear. We know who all these people are. These people are the likes of Labour Party. Keir Starmer, he definitely doesn't want our freedoms to come back. I mean, what is the Labour? Is he actually? Can I just ask any Labour supporters out there, if there are any, please comment below. Let me know. Look, can I just ask you, where is Keir Starmer leading you? Because I mean, he's come from an anti-Brexit stance. He's also now coming from an anti-COVID restriction stance. I mean, does he actually represent the people? Or is it just his champagne sipping socialist clubs in London that he supports now? Because it certainly seems that way. Oh yeah, just on another one of Keir Starmer, obviously, working class man, is he? Yeah, sure. Yeah, he doesn't actually represent the working class anymore. Labour hasn't for a long time, hence why they lost so many seats in the north. You know what? People used to bang on to me about Labour and how good they were back in the day, and I'm sure they were, before my time maybe, but as I've grown up, all I ever saw was the likes of Tony Blair. Yeah, great bloody hero he is, isn't he? Yeah, top man. Yeah, so and then we've got Jeremy Corbyn. Yeah, well, he was fantastic, isn't he? Yeah, he done great for the Labour Party, and now we've got this idiot Keir Starmer. When are you guys actually going to stand up for your women's right and actually get a woman in power? Because I know Conservative have done that. I was just wondering when you guys stand on your high horses, Labour. I was just wondering when you're going to show the world that you are, women rights as well. Because I know you're, LGBT, BLM, all of those rights. I know you're full for them. But when it comes to human rights and women's rights, you're anti it. You're anti it all the time. So do you know what? Any of you that want to support Labour, by all means, it's your choice. But let me know your thoughts below. If you've voted Labour in the past and you don't think you'll ever vote for them again. I know there's a lot of people like me out there that are looking at the political parties and thinking, who the hell am I going to vote for? Because all right, Boris hasn't been too bad. There's a lot that Boris is doing that a lot of people really do not like in this country, like the green agenda and many more things. But as a whole, I think there's a lot of people out there thinking it is time for a new party. It is time for something new in the UK. None of the old parties, no Labour, no Liberal Democrats, no SNP. The lot of them, they can all go. We need fresh people, new ideas. None of these university students that think they can run the world when quite clearly they bloody can't. They can't even run their own house in order. So yeah, all I'm going to say is I've had enough of this. I had enough a long time ago of restrictions. I gave up a long time ago. I know some of you probably out there thinking, well, he's reckless. No, I'm not reckless. I'm living my life, and everyone else should be living their lives. We are human beings. We're allowed to decide what we do. This planet was not given to any individual on their own. As much as a lot of you lefties might want to believe that that's the case, that we all should live under one regime in one happy world, but that's not the case. It's not how it works. Look, I just think we need a change in this country. We need different governments. I'm proud that we are coming out of COVID restrictions. I don't think it really means much until the rest of the world starts coming out of it, because it's all well and good not having restrictions here, but if you want to go away on holiday, you still got to follow those restrictions. So how free is free at the moment is what I'm saying. I know there's a lot of people out there. I've got a friend in Hong Kong. Hong Kong. He was just telling me the other day that in Hong Kong they've actually got quite a lot of Omicron cases at the moment, but 0 deaths. But it is a complete lockdown. No one's going in, no one's going out. It's very difficult to run a business over there, and people want to rise up and speak their minds, but they find it very difficult to do that in the current climate in Hong Kong. As you can all tell, it's not been the greatest time over there. But I mean, that's just an example of one place. There's plenty of others out there. I know I've had a few comments today about places like the Netherlands, in Amsterdam and stuff like that, the way that they're carrying on, and it's fine. But you just got to ask yourself, what science are they following now? And what is the reason behind this? What is their reason behind this? What are they gaining out of keeping us locked down and the restrictions on us? What are they able to do? Why they're doing this? That's the question we should be asking. How much money are they making? How much money have they made out of this? All of this will come out in the end, and I'll tell you what, it's going to be a big shock for some of those people that have been supporting the end of freedoms, because you guys are going to see that you've been supporting some tyrants out there, and you're gonna feel the effects of that. I promise you. If we all wanted to live in that world, it would be a bloody horrible place. That's my opinion. I know a lot of you don't agree with that. And I'm going to say this as well with COVID. I know there's a lot of you out there that really, a lot of you out there that just want to be free, and you can go and do that. I understand that, but I will just say this: you need to take care, because there are people out there that this can still harm. So you just got to be a little bit careful. However, I don't think that we should lock down our lives for the sake of other people's illnesses, because that has never happened in the past, and it should never happen in the future. We never lock down for the likes of flu. And the other thing that's really made me angry, actually, is the mainstream media really care about keeping our restrictions on, and making sure that people don't die of COVID, which is fine. I understand that, but where's your call out for the people dying of cancer? Where's all the call out for all the people that aren't able to get the operations? I just don't see what you're doing. It's pathetic in my eyes, and it's a disgrace. The national news is horrendous nowadays. And I implore all of you to turn it off if you can get the chance. I know that we all need to stay up to date somehow, but like I say, there's a lot more people on YouTube now who are, keeping up on current affairs across the globe. And I think we get a more detailed opinion on how people are actually feeling on the ground. So I think it's good to do that. So if you are still watching, please give us a like and subscribe, obviously. And, all I want to say is, the COVID now is at a stance where it is very weak. It is a weak virus, okay? Now, there are people that can still die from this, and that's fine. But I'm sure that if you were in the other position, ask yourself, would you expect the rest of the country to stay indoors and hide away, all for the protection of yourself? Because I know there's a lot of honourable people out there that will not feel that way. And it's easy for me to say in my position, when I don't have anything like that I feel that I would do the same. But as a person, I truly do feel that if that was the case, I would want to do that. I wouldn't want any other people not living their lives just because I can't live mine, because of some sort of virus that doesn't actually affect them as much as it does me. But the other thing I will add on to this, all of us lost some people. I mean, me included. I lost my grandmother through COVID, not because of COVID, but I did lose her during COVID, which meant that I couldn't say my goodbyes properly to her. And I know a lot of you went through that. But I just want you to know that, even though those times were hard, we done that for what we thought was right at the time. Now, what I'm saying to you now, what's right for the time now is for us to be free and for us to carry on our lives. And, my gran will probably look down at me and think, do you know what? That's all I ever wanted for you. It's all most people ever want for each other, is for them to live free, side by side, without feeling suppressed because you've got to do something for someone else all the time. That's not how we live. I'm not saying you should be selfish, but you should be selfish to a certain degree for yourself. You can't always do everything for everyone all the time. We'll leave that there today, and I shall see you tomorrow. Cheers.